Imagine buying a home for less than the price of a new Tesla. No joke. Picture owning a cozy house in a peaceful town for $150,000 or even less, and paying property taxes so low they feel like a monthly coffee tab. Sounds unreal, right? But it's absolutely possible in 2025, if you know where to look. Across America, there are states offering unbeatable deals, wide-open spaces, and a lower cost of living without sacrificing lifestyle. Whether you're starting fresh, retiring early, or just tired of sky-high housing markets, this list has something for you. In this video, we're diving into the top 15 cheapest states to buy a house in 2025, where affordability meets opportunity. Number 15. Georgia. Let's kick things off with the beautiful state of Georgia, where sweet tea is cold, the people are warm, and surprisingly, the houses won't burn a hole in your wallet. While the average home price across Georgia sits at about $270,000, the real magic happens when you step outside of the big city lights of Atlanta. In smaller towns like Macon, Augusta, and Columbus, it's not uncommon to find cozy homes listed between $150,000 to $200,000, sometimes even less if you're lucky or looking at fixer-uppers. That's nearly 40% cheaper than the national average, which is hovering above $375,000. Property taxes here also stay pretty friendly, averaging just 0.87%, which places Georgia comfortably in the lower half of U.S. states for annual property tax rates. To put it simply, if you're buying a $200,000 home, you might pay about $1,740 per year in property taxes. Compare that to New Jersey, where you could pay over $7,400 on a similarly priced home. Now, let's talk about jobs. Georgia ranks as one of the top 10 states for job growth, especially in logistics, agriculture, healthcare, and film production. Yep, they call it the Hollywood of the South. In fact, Georgia's film industry pumped in over $4 billion in 2024 alone. Throw in mild winters, gorgeous beaches like Tybee Island, and small-town southern charm, and you've got yourself one of the most affordable and enjoyable places to call home. Number 14. Texas. Texas, where everything's bigger, except the price tag on houses in many parts of the state. While the average home price in Texas hovers around $260,000, the Lone Star State offers incredible bang for your buck once you mosey outside of Austin or Dallas. Places like Lubbock, Amarillo, Wichita Falls, and even parts of San Antonio regularly showcase homes under $200,000, sometimes dipping as low as $150,000 for charming starter homes. Now, let's sweeten the deal with Texas's famous zero-state income tax, meaning you keep more of your paycheck, a huge win for retirees and remote workers alike. Property taxes here do tend to be higher, with an average effective rate of about 1.6%, but thanks to those lower home prices in many regions, you still come out ahead compared to coastal states. For example, if you snag a $180,000 home in Wichita Falls, your annual property taxes might hover around $2,880, which is still manageable when balanced with no income tax at all. Texas is also booming economically. Its GDP crossed $2.4 trillion in 2024, making it the second largest economy in the U.S. after California. Energy, aerospace, healthcare, and tech are huge industries here. Plus, the state added over 450,000 new residents in the past year alone, many of them chasing these housing bargains. Throw in barbecue, big skies, and friendly folks, and Texas becomes more than just affordable. It feels like home. Number 13. Michigan. Next up, we're cruising into Michigan, the Great Lakes state, where the water is fresh, the summers are golden, and the housing is surprisingly affordable. With the average home price sitting at about $248,000, Michigan remains one of the best-kept secrets for buyers looking for a budget-friendly spot with stunning scenery. But wait, it gets better. In cities like Flint, Saginaw, and Lansing, it's common to find homes well below $200,000, with some fixer-uppers even in the $120,000 to $150,000 range. Compare that to the national average of over $375,000, and you're looking at serious savings, up to 60% cheaper in some regions. Property taxes here hover around 1.54%, which places Michigan right around the middle of the pack nationwide. If you're eyeing that $150,000 home in Saginaw, expect annual property taxes of about $2,310. Not too shabby when weighed against overall affordability. But what really makes Michigan shine is the quality of life at this price point. You're surrounded by over 11,000 inland lakes, plus access to the massive Great Lakes, providing endless outdoor fun without the beachfront price tags of coastal states. Detroit is making a slow but steady comeback too, with new investments in tech, auto manufacturing, and healthcare fueling job growth. And if you're into scenic small towns, check out places like Traverse City or Petoskey, where the charm is real and the homes still fit within a reasonable budget. Michigan might just surprise you. Number 12. Missouri. Missouri, also known as the Show Me State. And believe me, they'll show you some seriously affordable real estate deals. With an average home price of around $256,000, Missouri continues to be a smart choice for homebuyers looking to stretch their dollars. But here's the real kicker. In many small and mid-sized cities like Joplin, St. Joseph, and Cape Girardeau, it's common to snag a home for $150,000 to $200,000, sometimes even less if you're handy and ready for a fixer-upper adventure. That's nearly 50% below the national average, giving you a lot more home for your money. Property taxes in Missouri are also pretty reasonable, averaging about 0.93%, which is well below the national average. So for a $180,000 home, you're likely paying around $1,674 per year in property taxes, leaving you with more cash in your pocket for BBQ ribs or tickets to a Kansas City Chiefs game. Missouri isn't just about affordability, it's also about lifestyle. With the Ozark Mountains, Lake of the Ozarks, and scenic rivers like the Missouri and Mississippi, outdoor enthusiasts get plenty of play for their paycheck. Plus, Missouri's healthcare system ranks in the top half of U.S. states for access and affordability. The economy is diverse, with strong manufacturing, agriculture, and healthcare sectors. Whether you're into the city vibes of St. Louis, the jazz and barbecue scene of Kansas City, or the peacefulness of small-town life, Missouri proves that affordable living can also mean quality living. Number 11. Indiana. Indiana, the Hoosier State. Now, Indiana might not be the first place that pops into your head when thinking about affordable homes, but trust me, it absolutely deserves a spot on this list. The average home price here sits comfortably at around $255,100. But what's exciting is how much lower prices can dip in smaller cities like Fort Wayne, Evansville, or South Bend. In Fort Wayne, one of the state's fastest-growing cities, you can still find beautiful, move-in-ready homes for $180,000 to $200,000, nearly 50% cheaper than the national average of $375,000. Even better, Indiana boasts one of the lowest property tax rates in the country, averaging just 0.85%. So, for that $200,000 home, your annual property taxes could be as low as $1,700. That's music to the ears of budget-conscious buyers. But Indiana's appeal doesn't stop at cheap real estate. The state ranks among the top 10 in the U.S. for manufacturing output, especially in the auto industry and pharmaceuticals, which keeps the job market strong and stable. Plus, Indiana has a growing tech scene in cities like Indianapolis and Bloomington. Want quality of life? You've got it. Indiana offers a solid balance of urban excitement and small-town peace, with plenty of green spaces, charming downtown areas, and some of the friendliest neighbors you'll ever meet. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to stretch your retirement dollars, Indiana is a smart and affordable place to plant roots. Number 10. Ohio. Ohio, the Buckeye State, where your dollar can go further than you might expect. With an average home price around $228,988, Ohio consistently delivers some of the best value-for-money real estate in the Midwest. But here's the kicker. If you look at places like Toledo, Youngstown, or Akron, homes often list between $120,000 and $180,000, making them up to 60% cheaper than the national average. That's huge, especially for first-time buyers or retirees looking to keep housing costs low. Ohio's property tax rate hovers around 1.52%, which means if you pick up a $150,000 home, You're looking at about $2,280 per year in taxes. Not bad when you factor in the savings on purchase price. But Ohio isn't just about cheap homes. It's also about strong communities and a rock-solid economy. Home to three major cities, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati, Ohio boasts job opportunities across healthcare, education, manufacturing, and finance. Columbus in particular has become a hub for tech startups and logistics companies. Ohio also ranks in the top 5 states for affordable healthcare, a major plus for anyone thinking long-term. Add to that the 4 beautiful seasons, Lake Erie shorelines, world-class universities, and passionate sports fans. Hello, Cleveland Browns and Ohio State Buckeyes. And you've got a state where life feels full, but your wallet stays happy. If you're after affordable living with a side of Midwest heart, Ohio might just be your perfect match. Number 9. Kansas. Kansas, the sunflower state, where wide-open skies meet equally wide-open housing opportunities. The average home price here lands around $227,854, but the real deals shine brightest in cities like Wichita, Topeka, and Hutchinson, where homes regularly list between $150,000 and $180,000. That's a sweet 40% to 50% lower than what you'd pay on average across the U.S. Property taxes in Kansas are slightly on the higher side, averaging about 1.41%. So, for a $180,000 home, expect to pay around $2,538 annually. Still quite manageable when you consider how affordable the home prices are to begin with. But here's what makes Kansas stand out: stability. The unemployment rate in Kansas floats around a low 3.2%, thanks to a strong agricultural sector, aerospace manufacturing, and an emerging renewable energy industry. Wichita is known as the air capital of the world because it houses some of the biggest names in aircraft manufacturing like Textron and Spirit Aerosystems. Want a simple, low-stress life? Kansas delivers with its friendly small-town communities, low crime rates, and easy commutes. Most folks spend under 20 minutes getting to work each day. Outdoor lovers will appreciate the 28 state parks and scenic byways that offer a peaceful escape. Whether you're chasing wide horizons, affordability, or just a slower pace of life, Kansas proves that you don't have to spend big bucks to live comfortably and happily. Number 8. Alabama. Alabama, the heart of Dixie, where Southern charm meets some of the lowest home prices in America. The average home price sits around $225,539, but that's just the beginning of the story. Head to cities like Gadsden, Florence, or Decatur, and you can often scoop up homes for $130,000 to $180,000, sometimes even under $120,000 in rural areas. That's nearly 50% less than the national average of $375,000. Alabama also keeps things affordable when it comes to property taxes. The state boasts one of the lowest rates in the country at just 0.42%. To put that into perspective, if you buy a $150,000 home here, your annual property taxes might be as low as $630. That's a serious win for anyone trying to stretch their housing budget. But affordability isn't Alabama's only selling point. The state has a diverse economy with strong sectors in aerospace, healthcare, automotive manufacturing, and steel production. Huntsville, for example, is a booming tech and aerospace hub, often ranked among the best places to live in the U.S. Plus, Alabama offers beautiful natural landscapes, from the Gulf Coast beaches to the Appalachian foothills. The cost of living here is about 15% below the national average, making everyday expenses like groceries and healthcare much easier on the wallet. If you're looking for affordability wrapped in Southern hospitality and scenic beauty, Alabama might just steal your heart. Number 7. Iowa. Iowa, the Hawkeye state, where the fields are golden, the skies are endless, and the homes won't drain your bank account. The average home price in Iowa is around $216,891, but head to places like Sioux City, Waterloo, or Cedar Rapids, and you'll often see prices between $140,000 and $180,000. That's a solid 40% to 50% cheaper than the national average of $375,000. What makes Iowa stand out even more is its property tax rate, which hovers around 1.43%. On a $180,000 home, that translates to about $2,574 annually. A pretty fair deal when you factor in the overall affordability here. Iowa isn't just about cornfields and tractors, though there are plenty of those. The state has a rock-solid economy rooted in agriculture, manufacturing, insurance, and even tech, especially in areas like Des Moines. Iowa's unemployment rate remains impressively low, around 2.9%, and the cost of living is about 12% below the national average, making groceries, healthcare, and utilities more budget-friendly. Want outdoor fun? Iowa boasts 72 state parks and more than 1,800 miles of biking trails, including the famous RAGB RAI bike ride across the state. Plus, education here is top-notch. Iowa consistently ranks among the best in the nation for high school graduation rates. So, if you're dreaming of peaceful, affordable living with strong community vibes and plenty of wide-open spaces, Iowa might just be your perfect landing spot. Number 6. Kentucky. Kentucky, the bluegrass state, where rolling hills, horse farms, and affordable homes go hand in hand. The average home price in Kentucky is about $211,465, but many smaller towns like Owensboro, Bowling Green, and Paducah offer homes well under $180,000. In fact, in some rural areas, you can still find charming properties listed below $150,000. That's a sweet deal when you're comparing against the national average of $375,000. Kentucky's property taxes also add to the appeal, sitting at a comfortable 0.83%. So, if you pick up a $160,000 home, you're likely paying around $1,328 annually in property taxes. Not bad at all. But Kentucky's perks aren't just financial. The state is a cultural gem with world-famous events like the Kentucky Derby, plus rich traditions in bourbon production, bluegrass music, and outdoor recreation. Economically, Kentucky holds its own with strong sectors in automotive manufacturing, Toyota and Ford plants, aerospace, healthcare, and logistics. Louisville, for instance, has been gaining attention as an affordable metro area with growing job opportunities. Add to that the stunning landscapes of the Appalachian Mountains, Mammoth Cave National Park, the world's longest cave system, and those classic white-fenced horse farms, and you've got a beautiful, budget-friendly place to settle down. Whether you're a retiree looking to stretch your Social Security check or a first-time buyer wanting more house for your money, Kentucky delivers charm and value in one sweet package. Number 5. Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the Sooner State, where the skies seem to stretch forever and the housing market stays refreshingly affordable. The average home price in Oklahoma is around $204,861, but the deals get even better when you look at cities like Lawton, Enid, and Muskogee, where homes regularly list between $130,000 and $170,000. That's a whopping 50% less than the national average of $375,000, which means your dollars go a whole lot further here. Property taxes in Oklahoma are middle of the road, averaging about 0.90%. On a $160,000 home, that puts your annual property tax bill at roughly $1,440. Another plus for budget-conscious buyers. But affordability is just one part of the story. Oklahoma's economy is deeply rooted in energy. Oil and natural gas production remain key industries, alongside aerospace, agriculture, and growing healthcare sectors. The state's unemployment rate remains low, hovering around 3.4%, and the overall cost of living here is about 14% below the national average, keeping everyday expenses like groceries, transportation, and utilities within reach. Outdoor lovers can explore the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge, Turner Falls, or any of the state's 50-plus lakes perfect for fishing and boating. And let's not forget about the cultural side. Oklahoma is home to vibrant Native American heritage, cowboy traditions, and plenty of country music. If you're dreaming of big skies, friendly neighbors, and a home that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, Oklahoma should definitely be on your radar. Number 4. Arkansas. Arkansas, the natural state, where life moves a little slower, the air smells sweeter, and the homes are wonderfully affordable. The average home price in Arkansas is about $207,284. But if you explore smaller towns like Pine Bluff, Jonesboro, or Hot Springs, you'll often find listings between $130,000 and $170,000. And in rural areas, homes dipping below $120,000 aren't uncommon. That's 50% to 60% cheaper than the U.S. national average of $375,000. Add in one of the lowest property tax rates in America at just 0.61%, and the savings get even sweeter. If you snag a $160,000 home here, your annual property taxes might be around $976. Compare that to states like Illinois or New Jersey, where taxes can top $7,000 on a similar home. Arkansas also shines with a cost of living about 15% below the national average, meaning your dollar stretches further not just on housing, but on groceries, healthcare, and transportation too. But Arkansas isn't just about numbers, it's about quality of life. From the stunning Ozark Mountains to the hot springs and diamond fields, yes, you can dig for real diamonds at Crater of Diamonds State Park. This state offers natural beauty and outdoor fun in every direction. Economically, Arkansas has a strong base in agriculture, retail, home to Walmart's global headquarters, healthcare, and education. Affordable, beautiful, and full of opportunity, Arkansas is a hidden gem for homebuyers. Number 3. Louisiana. Louisiana, the Pelican State, where culture, music, and incredibly affordable homes come together like gumbo in a pot. The average home price here is around $196,112, making Louisiana one of the cheapest places in the nation to buy property. But hold on to your beignets, because in cities like Shreveport, Monroe, and Alexandria, you can often find homes listed between $120,000 and $160,000. That's nearly 50% below the national average of $375,000. The savings don't stop there. Louisiana's property tax rate is just 0.56%, one of the lowest in the U.S. So if you score a $150,000 home, your annual property taxes might hover around $840. Seriously, that's less than what some people pay per month in coastal states. Louisiana's economy is fueled by energy production, shipping, seafood, and tourism, especially around the vibrant New Orleans area. The Port of South Louisiana is actually the largest bulk cargo port in the Western Hemisphere. So job stability in logistics and shipping is strong. And let's not forget the rich cultural scene. Jazz music, Mardi Gras parades, Creole cuisine, and those beautiful bayous. The state's cost of living is about 12% below the national average, making daily life easier on your wallet. From the historic French Quarter to peaceful rural towns along the Mississippi River, Louisiana offers a lifestyle as flavorful as its cooking, all without the sticker shock. Number 2. Mississippi. Mississippi, the Magnolia State, where Southern charm meets some of the lowest home prices in America. The average home price in Mississippi is just $179,182. And in many places like Jackson, Gulfport, and Hattiesburg, homes frequently list between $110,000 and $150,000. That's nearly 60% cheaper than the national average, making Mississippi one of the absolute best places to stretch your home buying budget. But wait, it gets even better. Mississippi boasts one of the lowest property tax rates in the country at 0.52%, so if you pick up a $150,000 home, your annual property taxes might be around $780. Compare that to states like Connecticut or New Jersey, where taxes on a similar home could be 7 to 10 times higher. Now that's a game changer for your budget. The cost of living here is about 14% below the national average, making not just housing, but everyday expenses like groceries, gas, and healthcare easier on your wallet. Mississippi's economy leans on manufacturing, agriculture, healthcare, and shipbuilding, providing stable employment across several sectors. And if you're after natural beauty, the Gulf Coast beaches, the rolling hills of the north, and the mighty Mississippi River offer plenty of outdoor adventure. Whether you're sipping sweet tea on a front porch or fishing off the Gulf, Mississippi delivers affordable living with a side of Southern hospitality. If keeping costs down without sacrificing lifestyle is your goal, Mississippi makes a pretty strong case. Number 1. West Virginia. West Virginia, the mountain state, where breathtaking views and the lowest home prices in the nation come together in perfect harmony. The average home price here is just $146,578, and in many small towns across the state, you can find homes listed between $80,000 and $130,000. Yes, you heard that right. Well under $150,000 for a slice of peaceful Appalachian living. This is nearly 65% cheaper than the U.S. national average of $375,000. Property taxes here are another bright spot, averaging just 0.59%. So, for that $130,000 home, your annual property taxes might be as low as $767. An absolute bargain. But affordability is only half the story. West Virginia offers incredible natural beauty with the Allegheny Mountains, Monongahela National Forest, and dozens of stunning rivers and hiking trails. The outdoor recreation scene is massive. Whitewater rafting, rock climbing, fishing, and skiing are right at your doorstep. Economically, West Virginia has been diversifying beyond coal, with growth in healthcare, tourism, education, and energy sectors. The cost of living here is about 16% below the national average, so your dollars stretch even further on daily needs. And let's talk about lifestyle, friendly neighbors, small-town charm, and that peaceful pace of life that feels like a deep breath of fresh mountain air. If you're dreaming of homeownership without breaking the bank, West Virginia stands proudly at the top of the list.